Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson has announced her candidacy for the next governor. Plus, we're live in Washington, D.C. with the latest following President Trump delaying the ban of social media platform TikTok. And the cleanup in D.C. is underway following ceremonies for the death of Jimmy Carter and the inauguration of Trump. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Temperatures noticeably moderated compared to the past couple of days here. Some snow be developing here in the Marquette region after midnight. And we'll drop and hold in the low teens for much of the night. Still some pretty cold wind chills as winds will gust over 20 to 25 at times. And we'll see some light snow covering much of the region later on tonight as a frontal system approaches from the west. Rest of the forecast coming up later in the show. Kevin, back to you.
Tom, thanks very much. A Lake Linden man is facing multiple charges, accused of stealing gasoline from the local Department of Public Works for 12 years. After a months-long investigation, 59-year-old John Schmidt was arraigned today. It was revealed Schmidt had been using a key fob meant for fueling department vehicles even after he had retired in 2012 and using it on his personal vehicle. It's estimated he stole over $28,000 worth of gasoline. Michigan State Police were able to catch him using the stolen key fob. The charges he faces only reflect the past 6 years due to the statute of limitation restrictions. He faces 1 count of using a computer to commit a crime, 1 count of larceny greater than $1,000 but less than $20,000, and stealing or retaining a financial transaction device. He was granted a $10,000 personal recognizance bond and is expected back in court on February 3rd. Jocelyn Benson is announcing her candidacy for the next governor of Michigan. The current Secretary of State officially filed the proper paperwork earlier today. She has served as secretary since 2019 and looks to take over Governor Whitmer's position when her final term ends on January 1st of 2027. Benson has already been endorsed by Mayor of Grand Rapids, David LeGrand, along with other West Michigan leaders. President Donald Trump signed a slew of executive orders on his first day in office on Monday. One of them is keeping TikTok up and running by delaying enforcement of a federal ban on the popular social media app. WZMQ 19 Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon is live on Capitol Hill with the latest. Brendan, good to see you.
Hey there, Kevin. Good to see you, too. Yeah, that federal ban was passed by Congress and signed by former President Joe Biden last year. It basically required TikTok to cut ties with Chinese parent company ByteDance or else be banned in the U.S. By January 19th. Now, that law remains in effect, but it's the enforcement of that law that's been put on hold, at least temporarily. After briefly going dark last weekend, TikTok became available to U.S. users again Sunday afternoon.
On behalf of everyone at TikTok and all our users across the country, I want to thank President Trump for his commitment to work with us to find a solution that keeps TikTok available in the United States.
An executive order signed Monday by President Trump allows the app to remain available to users for 75 days. The order did not change or reverse the law. The law is still in effect, just not being enforced yet. Now, the clock is ticking for a U.S. buyer to step up.
The U.S. should be entitled to get half of TikTok.
This week, President Trump floating the idea of the U.S. brokering a deal for 50% control of TikTok. It's not fully clear if TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, is on board. The app's future was among several topics discussed on a phone call between Chinese President Xi Jinping and Trump on Friday. The president previously supported blocking the app, but has recently shown support for keeping it.
You wanted to block TikTok. Why did you change your mind?
Because I got to use it.
Trump saying Monday he has the right to make a deal between the app and a potential U.S. buyer, but it's unclear who that buyer could be. Potential names being floated include YouTube and TikTok star Mr. Beast, as well as Elon Musk.
Are you open to Elon buying TikTok?
I would be if he wanted to buy it, yeah.
And Kevin, UP Congressman Jack Bergman was actually among the Republicans in the House who voted for the bill to ban TikTok. I just spoke with him a few minutes ago. He remains cautiously optimistic that President Trump will be able to broker a deal that keeps it available for the 170 plus million users, while also protecting, of course, Americans and their data and everything else from the Chinese Communist Party. Now, we're told, we've seen reports today that some ByteDance board members are open to discussing and negotiating that deal, they say, which should be negotiated between the U.S. government, the Chinese government, ByteDance board, as well as a potential U.S. buyer. We're going to keep a close eye on all of those negotiations and conversations, as well as what our local lawmakers have to say about those conversations as well. Reporting live on Capitol Hill for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Brendan Scanlon. Kevin, back to you.
Brendan, thank you very much as always. Law enforcement officials pulled out all the stops with security measures in Washington, bringing in thousands of law enforcement officers and miles of fencing. Now that the inauguration is over, most of the barriers and fencing is starting to be removed. Our other Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp reports.
Oh my gosh, it's been really hard actually.
Katie Fallis and her family traveled to Washington, D.C. from the Big Apple. She tells us it's been a journey getting from A to B with all of the fencing around Capitol Hill and the White House.
We wanted to show yesterday the whole entire city was shut down. So the day of the inauguration, and we wanted to show the kids the White House and stuff, and we couldn't even get close. Everything was barricaded.
Many of these security measures went up right around the new year, ahead of 3 major events on the Hill and in the district: the January 6 election certification, President Jimmy Carter lying in state, and President Donald Trump's inauguration.
All attendees will undergo screening. Designated checkpoints will be set up. More than 30 miles of anti-scale fence will be used for the inauguration.
Everywhere we went, that we had to walk through, the airport security type of thing, and even yesterday when we were walking into certain areas outdoors, they had us walk through that too.
Most of the barricades and fencing is starting to come down, but with the recent terrorist attack in New Orleans, where a driver rammed a truck into the busy Bourbon Street crowd on New Year's Day, and with the 2 attempted assassinations against President Trump, Fallis says the security measures were necessary and good, almost too good.
It's nerve-wracking because you're in a place at this specific time where, God forbid something could happen. So I'm glad about the security measures.
At the Capitol, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
We have your first warning weather forecast with Tom DeVecchio after the break. Plus, we're joined by Jim Koski once again for a special event he's hosting tomorrow. And later, an author native to the Upper Peninsula is releasing a new book. We'll have the details on how it ties into Delta County. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy premium vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
America's quirkiest detective.
I've been reading about you, Miss Tassioni.
It's back on the case.
Don't you have a murder to investigate or something?
Funny you should say that.
Who's that?
A witness.
We have a witness in Scotland? I need you on a case.
I'm all in. He got killed in a duel? Whoa. Do you think she looks sad?
I'm guessing that's from being dead.
Elsbeth returns new CBS Thursday, January 30th and streaming on Paramount+.
It's the final week of the Kirkish Furniture January clearance sale. Hurry in for the best selection. Savings end soon. Furniture, mattresses, appliances, and flooring. Shop Kirkish Furniture's January clearance sale while supplies last.
She's inquisitive.
What led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk's big winter sale. It's that time of year when you spend more time on your sofa, more time on your recliner, and more time in bed. During Shunk's big winter sale, you'll save on the furniture you need. And there's big savings on quality Amish dining room, too. Have it built the way you want it, or save even more on floor sample closeouts. And mattresses from Serta, Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, and Stearns & Foster. The selection and discounts have never been greater. Shop Shunk's big winter sale at both locations for big discounts. Shop Shunk's in Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
Our frostbite risk going down significantly now that we're into more moderating temperatures. Here are the wind chills. It does drop close to zero, so there's still a moderate risk there. You still have to bundle up as you head outside, but we're noticeably warmer than we were when the wind chills were -30 to -40. The jet stream map here, if you recall, when we were in our real cold streak, all these purples here, which is the real deep cold, we're all the way down into the Ohio Valley. Now, the cold air is gradually retreating with the jet stream moving farther north. So that allows, again, for some moderating temperatures. Now, we're not getting into summertime or any incredible increase in the temps, but that real cold polar outbreak is moving out. Wind chills into tomorrow morning, starting to drop a bit here. We'll get down below zero at times, and that trend is really going to continue through the day Thursday. So again, keep warm. Friday, a nice little bump down here. Wind chills minus teens, even down to -20 there near Ironwood. So again, we're not out of the very to bitter cold wind chills, just that extreme and dangerous wind chills are reduced. Winds out of the north to northwest, so of course not a real warm wind direction. And they'll be steady, about 15, some gusts up to 20 to 25 there. The winds will tend to taper off Thursday night, while the snow bands here, this one will be watched here, especially those of you in Marquette. Yesterday we thought it would be right over us, but the models are sliding it toward the east. And this is narrow. So for those of you in Marquette, in our Marquette area, I think things aren't quite as bad on Thursday, but don't be surprised if late tonight, Thursday morning, get a couple bands of heavy snow as these slide toward the east and gradually diminish by the end of the day, and then move north as the winds go out of the southwest. Snowfall through tomorrow morning, an inch or less for most of you, except 1 to 2 along the shores of Lake Superior and Munising there toward north of Newberry. And then from Wednesday into Thursday, you notice we do have, again, some fairly good chances of some decent snow here, 1 to 3 here between Marquette and McMillan and along the shores of Lake Superior as well. So for tonight, light snow developing late tonight. Lows will be in the lower to mid-teens. Wind chills still below zero. Into tomorrow, more of those snow showers. You saw how much on the weather map there. Temperatures in the teens, still to near 20. Friday, we're still below 20, not by much, but good sunshine breaks out. Milder for Saturday, a dip on Sunday, but back into the lower 30s for the beginning of next week.
Thanks again, Tom. Jim Koski is getting ready to host a special event at the Marquette Regional History Center tomorrow night. Coming up next on Insights, he joins us to tell us what visitors should expect. That conversation takes place in 2 minutes.
Emeril Lagasse here, and I'm so excited to tell you about my French door air fryer 360. Extra large 26-quart capacity. Cook with up to 70% less calories from fat than deep frying. That's a big deal, my friend. 360 degrees of superheated air gives you fast, even cooking. My 10-in-1 French door air fryer 360 grills, air fries, dehydrates, roasts, bakes, broils, proofs, slow cooks, and toasts. This baby does it all. These French doors are a game changer. Look at how easy that is.
Now, find out how you can try Emeril Lagasse's French Door Air Fryer 360 with 3 cooking tiers, fetch tool, air frying rack, and drip tray in your home for 30 days for just $14.99. Order now and you'll also get Emeril's Air Fryer Favorites recipe book. And we'll automatically upgrade you to our bonus cooking kit free. Plus, find out how you can get free shipping. This offer will not last, so call or click now to order.
You're gonna love it. I guarantee it.
Hi, friends. Richard Karn here.
Now, I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix. And that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Imagine for less than a cup of coffee a day, Choice Home Warranty can help protect you from expensive major system and appliance breakdowns that your homeowner's insurance doesn't cover.
Call Choice Home Warranty now and get access to a nationwide network of over 15,000 technicians and the latest appointment setting technology so you'll know when they're on their way.
So, do what this old DIYer did and call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more. Call for your free quote today. Call in the next 5 minutes and get your first month free. 800-418-1754. 800-418-1754.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. Tomorrow night, the Marquette Regional History Center hosts two popular historians with another presentation that's sure to fill the seats. It's Legends and Lore 2, Even More Legendary, with Jim Koski and Jack Dio. And of course, Jim Koski joins us now with more. Jim, it's good to have you on the desk with me.
I know. Maybe someday I'll just shove you off to the side.
Maybe you could just co-anchor. How about that? Can't we be
Sure.
a team?
Yeah, I mean, how hard is it to read, right?
All right, Jim. Well, let's be clear,
Okay.
because we just said the Marquette Regional History Center is hosting, but actually at the Kaufman Auditorium.
Right, because this is a big show that we do every year for the History Center. And we're able to fill the 800 and some seats of Kaufman Auditorium and raise a lot of money for the History Center. In fact, it's one of, if not their biggest fundraising events every year. So.
All right, excellent. This one titled Even More Legendary. So how legendary was the first one? And then tell me what's new for the second.
Okay. Well, I guess the first one was legendary enough in order to name this one more legendary. No, normally what we had been doing in years past was having a show about a particular theme. One year we did a show about the docks in Marquette, and we called it What's Up, Doc? Mm-hmm. Just because, you
Sure.
have to. But last year we just had a lot of stories that we strung together that weren't related, so we just called it Legends and Lore, because some of them dealt with legends, some of them dealt with lore, obviously. And that one seemed to go over really well, and as Jack and I were talking about putting the show together, all of a sudden all the stories started to pile up and pile up and pile up, and all of a sudden it's Legends and Lore 2, even more legendary.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what can we look forward to in this one?
Well, what would you say if I told you, if you went to the show, you'd be able to find out about a 19th century prostitute, a big train wreck, and the Four Tops all in one night?
Well, that sounds almost impossible, Jim. How can you possibly cover all that?
Nothing is impossible, Kevin. No, we have 11 different stories that we're telling, and some of them developed because Jack or I just came across this story and we thought, this was really weird. And then we started to dig into it more and dig into it more. And all of a sudden we go, this is actually a really great tale. And because Jack has been around Marquette for so long, he's actually done a lot of work over the past 45 or 50 years in recording history. And one of the things that he's actually going to be showing is an interview he did with a now deceased historical legend back in, I think, 1980. And people in the area know this person by reputation if they didn't know him in actual person. And just to see him come to life again, because he passed away 30 years ago, just to see him come to life again was pretty amazing. So.
Mm-hmm. And I know, Jim, obviously you cover a lot of Marquette history. I don't think I've ever asked you, though, what brings this passion to you? What makes you so passionate about the area's history?
There are just so many stories that people don't know about. And I think some of the people who live here and were born here realize that Marquette has a tapestry, a mosaic of just weirdness. And, well, some weirdness, but then some astounding history to it. I mean, when you think of Marquette County as a whole, every single community in Marquette County, for the most part, was formed around an iron mine, except for Marquette, because you had to ship the iron ore out of somewhere. And because of that, that means that Marquette not only attracted wealthy capitalists to come in, but also attracted, sailors and woodworkers and, like I said, dare I say, prostitutes, among other things. And when you come across some of these stories, it's either your jaw drops or you just start to laugh out loud because it's a lot of fun. So,
Well, I always enjoy hearing about the history from you, Jim. Not only are you teaching me the history, you're teaching me to be a Youper and all that. So I always appreciate you.
That's why I live, Kevin.
Well, I appreciate that too. Thanks a lot, Jim. And coming up next on your 19 News, Sarah Blakely takes us through some of the day's top health stories.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, British tabloids apologize to Prince Harry in a dramatic end to a bitter lawsuit. The details on the settlement and what the publication said about hacking his cell phone and intruding in the personal life of his mother, Princess Diana. That and more headlines tonight on the CBS Evening News.
CBS Thursdays, we're on a mission to get the word out
I'm Mandy McAllister.
that you're always invited to come laugh at Georgie and Mandy's first marriage.
I didn't even say anything!
TV's most watched new comedy. I'm a fan. Thank you, Bubba. That ravers can't stop raving about.
I'm impressed. Feels like there's a butt coming.
I feel it too.
You two are impossible. See, that feels better.
Lucky for us, new episodes of Georgie and Mandy return Thursday, January 30th on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
At Household Appliance, we know how a house becomes a home. We know that an oven is just an oven, until the house is filled with the smell of Mom's fresh-baked cookies. A bed is just a bed, until it's the safest place from the monster in the closet. A patio is just a patio, until Uncle Joe makes his famous barbecue ribs. At Household Appliance, we make your house comfortable with the best in home furnishings and appliances. And you? Well, you make your house a home.
It's hilarious. Hidden camera. Hijinks. The world's longest running prank show is back. Just for laughs, gags.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
Give your home a fresh new look with our energy-efficient windows and stylish doors. And here's a deal you won't want to miss. For a limited time, when you buy 3 windows or doors, you'll get 1 free. That's right, buy 3, get 1 free. Don't wait. This offer ends February 28th. Call today and start transforming your home with a window store. Quality windows, doors, and unbeatable savings. Only at the Window Store.
Welcome back, everyone. How working your muscles protects you from cancer and progress in the fight against dementia. WZMQ's Sarah Blakely has some of the day's top health stories.
Antibiotics, vaccinations, and anti-inflammatory medications may reduce your risk of dementia. A study by the University of Cambridge says this supports the hypothesis that dementia may be triggered by viral or bacterial infections. It could mean that already existing drugs could be repurposed to treat dementia, but clinical trials need to be done first. Boosting your muscle strength also boosts your chances of survival from cancer. A study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found cancer patients with good muscle strength and cardiorespiratory fitness were 31 to 46% less likely to ultimately die from the disease. Muscle strengthening activities could be used to help increase life expectancy. And children experiencing poverty or having parents with mental illnesses have a much higher risk of arrest or using weapons. A study in the Journal of Epidemiology and Community Health found teens facing those adversities were 5 times more likely to be arrested. The study also showed nearly a quarter of all police contact with teens involved teens who faced persistent poverty or family mental health challenges. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Sarah Blakely, WZMQ 19 News.
An Upper Peninsula author just released her newest book. Our Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons talked with her about the story and what inspires her to write.
My name's J.L. Hyde. I'm a murder mystery author. I was born and raised here, moved away for 20 years to the south, and I've been home about a year.
J.L. Hyde's growing body of work includes best-selling novel Delta County and the Grady Lake mystery series.
I'm kind of known for my twists. With all of my novels, there aren't many trigger warnings needed. I try to keep them relatively clean, and it won't keep you up at night. A lot of people have described them as a Hallmark movie meets an episode of Dateline.
She released her latest book, The Bluff, on Monday, and it's set in a somewhat familiar location.
Although this book is set in Delta County, everything else about it is fictional. The premise is more or less as if the Bluff here in Delta County was a private gated community where outsiders are not allowed in. There are a lot of rumors about what goes on. Somebody from town who has never been behind the gates gets a job as a nanny, so she kind of sees what goes down behind the gates of the Bluff.
The Bluff continues Hyde's tradition of including pieces of Delta County in her work.
When I became a writer, I was living in Oklahoma City, and every time I sat down to write, Delta County was always in the back of my mind. When I moved home, my creativity just sparked. This community inspires me so much. It just really is a catalyst for my writing.
Readers are already loving The Bluff, making it Hyde's biggest release yet. It's available now online, including on Amazon, where it made the bestseller list, and at local shops like Canterbury Bookstore. Hyde says she can't wait for more readers to visit The Bluff and uncover its secrets.
I am just so thankful, especially for the people that aren't familiar with the Upper Peninsula, to read these books and then want to visit here is just the greatest compliment, and I'm so excited for the people of Delta County. It's just exciting for all of us.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
A familiar face is back to host the Grammys. Billy Idol fans will get more, and after a 3-year hiatus, Severance has fans on their toes. Danya Bacchus has your entertainment headlines.
Trevor Noah returns to host the 67th Grammy Awards for the 5th consecutive year and also as an executive producer. This year's show will support LA wildfire relief initiatives and honor first responders. Watch the Grammys Sunday, February 2nd on CBS or stream it on Paramount Plus. Streaming now on Apple TV Plus, the long-awaited second season of Severance.
What you all did was one of the most painful moments in the history of this company.
The show follows employees at a corporation who've undergone a severance procedure to surgically divide their memories. Adam Scott stars as the leader of his team of employees. Season 1 left fans hanging. He says Season 2 will clear up a few mysteries.
We kind of had an unofficial, unsaid rule that, yes, we want to answer questions. We want to be a show where we pose these big questions and these big mysteries and we, satisfy the audience by answering them here and there.
Christopher Walken returns as Bert Goodman and Patricia Arquette is back as Harmony Coble.
I think you get to see a lot more of the dynamics of the characters and where they're in conflict, even within their own selves.
Perhaps it's a nice day to tour again. It's a nice day. Tour again.
Billy Idol seems to think so he's launching his 30-date coast-to-coast tour on April 30th in Phoenix. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts are also special guests. General tickets go on sale Friday.
Don't go away. Time is your final look at weather after this.
At Prime Specialty Contracting, our professional team tackles everything from leaks to installation with skill and efficiency. With knowledgeable staff, prompt service, and a commitment to quality, we ensure your plumbing runs smoothly. Your home deserves the best. Prime Specialty Contract.
Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.
What happens when the world's best journalists come together?
This was an entire building. It will take years to rebuild.
We're from CBS News, American television.
You get the all-new CBS Evening News coming this Monday.
Saving money in your kitchen upgrade with help from Menards. It's easy to create your dream kitchen with Clearview Cabinetry. offering a selection of finishes made with the finest materials and built to withstand life's sticky messes. Clearview Cabinetry offers features like soft closed doors and drawers and cabinet accessories to match your unique style. Hurry in today and get these Homestead kitchen cabinets for $79.99.99 now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It's the final week of the Kirkish Furniture January clearance sale. Hurry in for the best selection. Savings end soon. Furniture, mattresses, appliances, and flooring. Shop Kirkish Furniture's January clearance sale while supplies last.
At Prime Specialty Contracting, our professional team ensures your home stay comfortable year-round. With knowledgeable staff, top-notch service, and years of experience, we're committed to quality you can trust. Comfort made easy with Prime Specialty Contracting.
Snow showers developing late tonight, and we could see up to an inch on the ground by daybreak. Watch for those slick roads from time to time, and wind chills will be close to zero or just below zero, so hat, coat, and gloves certainly needed as we head into Thursday and for the rest of the week. We're going to stay in the teens for highs, though more sunshine comes out on Friday. We'll keep it dry for the weekend. Could hit the freezing mark Saturday, cold hit Sunday, back to near 30 for the beginning of next week. Kevin, back to you.
That's all for now. We'll see you later tonight.